too. You'll be meeting with your partner again today. But what I want to talk to you today about is that to prepare for your next discussion meeting with your partner, you need to have some questions in mind to ask your partner so that you can have a very good back and forth conversation. We've talked about the different kinds of purposeful talk that we have in our class. When we agree with somebody, and it's okay to disagree, correct? Yes, it's always okay to disagree if we do so respectfully, or adding on to someone's ideas. So as you start to come up with your questions for your partner, I want you to be thinking of things that will really help you get into a good conversation, okay? We've talked a little bit about thick and thin questions. Raise your hand if you can tell me which type of question would make your mind dig a little bit deeper into the story. Zachary. Thick questions, because thick questions are not the questions that are right there. Our thin questions, the ones that are right there in the story, they're still good questions to ask because we still need to be thinking of these things while we're reading. But if we want to have a really good back and forth conversation, we need to come up with those thick questions. So when we were reading Edward Tulane, we had some thick and some thin questions. And we also talked a little bit about how some of our questions could almost be a little bit of both. For example, when we said, how did he get his wings? That's thick because we're not really sure if he even got his wings. That led to a whole other series of questions about, was this a dream or was this not a dream? And what did we finally discover in the next chapter?
It was not a dream.
It was a dream. It was a dream. It was a dream because when he woke up, he was in a toy maker's workshop getting fixed, right? We had some thick questions too about this dreaming. If he was dreaming, then what happened when it said that everything went black? We said that, oh, he must have cracked his head, blacked out. Sometimes some of us had some schema about what happens when you faint. Who can tell me from your own schema what happens, maybe if it hasn't happened to you, but what do you know about what happens when someone blacks out the way that Kate DiCamillo described that in this story? Morgan.
When you faint, you just fall back and you don't remember what happened. And you just dream and dream. Sometimes you can't breathe.
Okay. Does anyone want to add on to Morgan's idea there? CJ.
I think you can breathe. It's just you kind of forget what happened. Like you don't remember anything. All you remember is you were letting what you were doing, and then you probably didn't do it, and you don't know what happened.
Great. So just in case some of you didn't hear, so CJ was saying it's not so much about not being able to breathe. So he was doing a little bit of disagreeing, but he also added on because he said when you faint, the only thing you really remember is what happened right before you fainted. Thumbs up if you had the same idea.